This war is mine. I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction. But this war is mine. This war is mine. I am the missile. I am the fire. Love is destruction. But this war is mine. This war is mine. I am the missile. I am the missile. My second.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're all set to bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintances for the first time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off. It's the Raiders going up against the Broncos. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are located a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building here in downtown Denver. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing, Cook. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Now Cook. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. He's got Curse. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go!
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Mario Williams broke into the league as a star defensive end. Now he's wreaking havoc as an outside linebacker.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up in it. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. first down, it's Lynch. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. Now Lynch. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. Shalik Calhoun with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. First down, here's a run with Peterson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Detroit!
They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On second down, Peterson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And that brings up 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now it's Lynch. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice...
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And now we've got a stoppage and a timeout here called by the defense. It's their first of this first half as they look to regroup and hopefully stop the 2-point conversion coming up. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. In the backfield is Anderson.
No, check. Here we go now. 3, over.
He'll get the football here. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Over.
They come up in an offset eye. Again, Anderson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Here we go now. 3.
Lynch now throwing on 3rd. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They'll come out in the pistol. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On second down, here's Lynch. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Throwing here, Lynch on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. To the ground, Anderson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Dan Williams there to make the tackle.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Now it's Lynch. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Throwing, Cook. The grab made by Curse over the middle. Now the coaching staff probably has the offense prepared for this. They worked on this exact situation all week in practice, backed up in their own end, needing to get a few yards here to create some space. Fresh set of downs here. Now Peterson running right. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Green 39.
Now Cook. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They give it to Peterson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike." Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Wentz to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Here we go.
They pitch it out to Anderson. A strong running. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Tackle made there by Ben Heaney.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Still 9 yards to go on third down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. On third down, Lynch. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle that got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6.
No. Check. Patriots. Patriots. 19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Time to step aside. Back to Denver right after this. To throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Handoff comes to Peterson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Throwing right, and that's complete. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Let's go. Leopard.
it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing, Cook. Wide open receiver, complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Cook. Camp under pressure. They got him again. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now after the sack, here's 3rd and goal from the 20. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's complete to Huff. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
So some disappointment there as the field goal falls short, and we have reached the intermission. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jihad Ward in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get away from the pressure. Cook goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third down now following the completed pass. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit!
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. And the play clock's running down. Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
On now is the big leg of Greg Zuerlein. He has hit from as far as 61 away in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
They run it again with Anderson. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
On third down, Lynch. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Peterson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
They run. Peterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. Leopard, leopard. There we go now. Check, Patriot.
Throwing, Cook. And he can't get away from the pressure. Cook goes down. Shaquille Barrett coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Leopard, leopard. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Raiders. 58 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
And here we go on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
No. Check, Patriot.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. He's going to air one out, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Again, Peterson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility? And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Now Cook. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Let's go!
Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Leopard! Let's go! Here we go!
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This from 42 yards out. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So the D-line's going to spread out. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold. He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
He's going to take a shot, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll drop to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but...
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They start the drive with Peterson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They come out here in the eye. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. A group of Broncos there combined to bring him down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got to get confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On the carry, Michael. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they? I
love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. And this is taken at the 23. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Peterson alone in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they've wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. In the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Raiders, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
moment, like the clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. Unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. We know we are brighter than all the stars. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. We make the rules, break them when we want to. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever.
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist. Let me tell you about the young man. Matter of fact, I'ma let Push tell that. Take it by the old man. Had to change her heart and then fell back. Old man lived a long life. Walked around with a long quick like Jesus, that Colombiana, that's mere models like. Yeah. Look at the flick of that wrist. I'm feeling like Leonardo. Let me paint the picture. I might need a bottle. On the road to success, I can feel the throttle. That Michelangelo, hundreds in the envelope. Type when I write. And that old man had to change her heart. Wish he knew it back from the start. Like, looked around, seen his wife on the military all over the whole compound. Soon as he seen it, I swear it, I mean it, my man was gone quicker than Domino's. He in jail, everyone falling like dominoes. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist.
Logic, clockwise, counterclockwise, realest in the top 5. Other 4 ain't rapping. I'm just rapping for the side. Yeah, that's coastlines, Panama for the boat rides. Worth billions, and we ain't even need showtime. Just money counters and kitchenware, condo with a in there. We got rich in there.